Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. Because we can't afford a jingle. Yeah, so I'm just going to sing that.
I've been invited to this podcast. I don't know why. Because
it will give you something to do in your retirement.
That's true.
He claims to be Cockney, born and bred in London town. So let's find out if that's true, shall we? It's time for the Cockney slang check.
Fire away, son.
Okay. Dog and bone.
That's the old telephone.
Trouble and strife.
That's the old wife.
Plates of meat.
Ooh, that's your feet, innit?
Hampstead Heath.
Your teeth, mate.
Tell us a bit about your childhood.
My childhood?
Yeah. No, what year was you born?
I was born in 1957, 6th of March. Brought up in Fulham.
Yeah.
We lived opposite Chelsea football ground.
Yeah.
From when I was born to I was 11. And then when the council started thinking, oh, hello, we can sell these houses to the posh people.
Yeah.
So they started pushing us out a little bit. We went out to the outskirts.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because this will come up in this podcast where he says the posh people. So any views and opinions are solely this guy's, not mine. Tell us about your house because we Googled it the other week, didn't we? To find out how much it was.
Oh, the house now is a ridiculous price. When we lived there,
yeah,
no central heating.
Yeah.
Ice on the inside during the winter, on the windows.
This section of the podcast, we're talking about rants. So something that really grinds my dad's gears about life here in 2025.
You know, if you went to the same supermarket most weeks, you would get to know them people, and you have a little chat while while they're putting it through the till and you're bagging it up. Now, they're not there. You have to do it yourself. You have to pull it.
Do you find that complicated to use?
No, I did at first.
Yeah.
And then I thought, am I working for this company?
Yeah.
They didn't give me the uniform. They had one of these robot hoovers for the carpets.
Yeah.
Well, that used to be someone's job, didn't it?
Right.
Sort of all the electric went down in one of the superstores.
Yeah.
No one could buy nothing because they didn't have to work the tills. Everyone had to leave.
Like 15 minutes before I had to go get the kids from school. If there was a self-checkout there...
Well, you should have gone earlier. You know what time your kids get picked up? And in 2026, January...
Yeah.
Mr. Khan, that lovely mayor of London, he's putting it up to 18 quid.
All political views.
He's got the ULEZ charge as well.
Yeah.
Which is another 12 quid. And now he's charging you to go through the Blackwall Tunnel that's been free for 125 years to pay for the new tunnel that they built.
Yeah.
4 quid a time each way. And he's saying he wants to get people back on the tubes. But then they're just as expensive, the tubes and the buses. It was all different back then. You had the street we lived in, it was all like a community, everyone knew each other.
Yeah.
The road I live in, I know about 4 people. Wi-Fi street.
Right, you just said community, how it used to be like,
oh yeah,
everyone lived in a community, everyone looked out for each other. So what happened that time that neighbour knocked on your door through the Wi-Fi?
He wanted to use my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Community spirit.
Yeah, he knocked on my door.
Yeah.
And he said, but his Virgin Wi-Fi had gone down, and he asked me if he could use if I could give him my password to use my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said to him, why don't you come in and have a bath and get yourself a meal while you're at it?
What was his reaction there?
He was shocked. He was only a young guy, and I thought, well, surely he can go with... he goes, it's going to be 2 weeks. And I thought, well, it ain't going to be 2 weeks, is it?
Yeah.
You just don't want to pay.
No, but I'm saying that if you had lent it to him, did you know that you could change the codes?
No. London at the moment is, it's failing. The whole country's failing, isn't it, at the moment?
Sweating now.
Eh?
Let's move on. In this part of the podcast, we're going to be asking my old man, the Cockney geezer, some advice.
I did have hair once. I lost it in a card game.
So, relationship advice, any type of advice. So this week we asked, before I asked some of my lovely followers on Two Dads in London to send in some potential questions for you to answer, which is what?
They did?
They did, yeah, they did. But a question sent in by the lovely Sarah. She's asking your advice on her relationship problem.
Yeah, go on then.
So, nice and simple.
Yes.
Sarah's been with her boyfriend for 8 years. They've been engaged for 5 years.
Yeah.
Whenever she brings up about getting married, like setting a date, he dismisses it. So,
yes.
So what do you think is going on in her partner's head then?
Well, he's obviously looking at the long haul,
Yeah.
He's thinking, by being together that length of time and been engaged for 5 years, you're saying, and he's not made a commitment,
Well, they've been
You
together.
know, they've been
I guess.
together. He's not made a commitment to get
She
down.
just wants a date because she wants to start
She
planning.
wants
her
to get
wedding.
married.
She wants a date to start planning.
He's not got down on one knee yet. To
No,
propose.
they're engaged.
They're
to get
engaged.
married,
Oh, they're
but
engaged to get
they
married.
just-
He wants to get a date. So, well, maybe he's having second thoughts.
But why? But so
You know,
so,
maybe that.
so you're gonna. So just don't forget whatever you say is gonna go into Sarah's
Yes, but
mind.
in his mind, he might thinking he don't want to get married.
Yeah.
He likes it as is. A lot of people don't get married these days. It's only a bit of paper in the end.
Right.
You know, people live together. You know,
But what does Sarah? So she wants to get married. He doesn't make any effort to arrange that.
yeah.
That. So do you think that it's just
She
an
needs to-
easy option to keep?
yeah.
her
What
at
she
bay?
should do is like start leaving like wedding magazines about.
Right.
You know,
Do you think he's gonna?
he might take
Give a
it in.
hint.
You know,
But what do you think she should ask him?
yeah. Why don't she ask him to marry him? You know, this day
No,
and
they're
age.
engaged already.
Yeah. So
She wants a date. She wants
so
him to sit
she
down and
should
go,
say to him,
right.
yeah, she should
let's
sit
pick
down
a
to him and
date."
say, right, we've been together.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Oh, Dave, what's occurring?
All right, Trig. We've been together 8
The
years.
references there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we've been engaged 5 years. Can we sit down, have a nice have a nice little drink, and then get a date?
Right.
If he's still saying no, or he's like don't want it, then she might have suspicions that he don't want to get married.
Right. So what should she do then?
She should give him the ultimate. Say, look, are we
What is the ultimate?
will you marry me? Is there any chance of you going to marry me? If not, you know, what are we going to do? We got, I want to
But
get
you just
married.
said like it's only a bit of paper. So
Yes.
should she settle and give up the give up
No.
the marriage side to the relationship?
No, I mean, this girl obviously wants to be a
wants to get
married.
married, she wants to be a bride.
She wants to be a married woman. She wants to be a bride. It's a big day for the bride. But if
And the man.
But if this guy is still,
Putting it
ahhing
off.
about, putting it on, and he's like, oh, I don't know, then maybe he ain't the one.
But I don't really see the difference in being married. Like you say, it's a bit of paper.
Yes, I quite agree.
Because there's not really much difference.
No, it's not much different. Some people, like this lady, she definitely wants to be.
Sarah.
She wants to be a married woman with a ring on her finger and all that. Yeah, she's obviously got the engagement ring, and so what will if they got married? What will change? Her name.
Yeah.
If they're living,
Not necessarily.
I mean, if they're
They'd
living,
have to change
she
names.
might take his name, or they might do a double barrel name. But the thing is, what will change if they just stay as they are? Are they happy? If they stay as they are, what's going to change if he puts if
So
they go?
you seem to now be leaning towards his side.
No, but the thing is, he might be
He's not really
thinking.
giving an answer.
No, but
What
he
should she
think-
do? Sit down. You said have a little
Yeah,
dinner.
sit down, have a dinner,
Ask him.
look candles and all that, romantic,
Right.
and say, Dave,
Ian,
Dave,
give me a date.
can you
Dave.
give me a? No, I know.
Oh, Dave.
I know. I keep asking you, but is there any chance that you may give me a date?
Why would
soon?
I would, but I couldn't say that.
No, but she's obviously desperate to be married.
What I'm saying is, if you're not really that fussed, but there's something about a wedding that makes it official, even though you are official.
Yes, but
and I
also-
think that's what the
But
issue. that
also,
some
it all
people have.
depends what sort of wedding she wants. Does she want a big
I think
wedding,
at this point she wants.
a big white wedding, or does she want a registry office wedding? Because some people, weddings are expensive.
Yeah,
For what,
you didn't pay for mine.
Oh no, I didn't pay for it.
Let's not start on
boys.
Sarah about her potential wedding
No.
entourage because you
No,
have no
no.
idea. All she
Yes.
wants to know is she should say something. If
Yes.
he turns
Yes.
around and says he don't want to get married,
Yeah.
but then actually the relationship is the same.
Yeah.
Does she end it because she wants a wedding rather than
No,
to
I
be
don't think
with-
I don't think she should end it. I mean, if you're happy, but,
But
that's always going to be there. That's
That's always going to come back though. Do you
It's always
think
gonna come
in
back.
future arguments that will?
yeah, of course it will. Because in the end,
It's like being married then, isn't it?
no, but yes, yeah.
So you might as well just get married to avoid the argument.
But the only thing is also is like if she sees her friends getting married,
Yeah.
before her and all that. That's sort of
Pressure.
a bit of a
Peer pressure.
bit of a gutter for her. But
Peer pressure. You
But,
going to
you
get
know-
married again?
am I going to get married again? Well, I don't know. I've had a few offers.
We've had a few DMs from people.
Yes, that's true.
And after this podcast takes off, God.
Well, I know.
which,
I know.
which celebrity would you love to see DM you? when you start your Instagram account?
Celebrity?
Yeah. If you could choose a celebrity to DM you.
Male or female?
Slide into your... Well, you want to get married to a female, yeah?
Sorry. Oh, what are you saying? You want me to...
What?
Oh, you want...
I'm saying, if you were to get married again and you had an Instagram account and it was successful, which celebrity would you want to slide into your DM to take you on a date?
That's a tough one, isn't it? Someone like that, what's her name? Melissa McCartney, that funny...
Who?
That funny comedian woman.
Liz McCartney?
No, that Melissa.
Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, the one who's in the Heat and all that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone like that. Funny.
I would never have thought you would have said that.
Who would you thought I said?
I'm not even going to say, because there was a period that I used to buy you a celebrity calendar every year.
Oh, what? Oh, you mean old...
We won't say the name.
Oh, I know
won't
you
say
mean.
the name.
Yes. She's just given
so
birth.
Melissa McCartney.
She's just given birth, actually.
Right, good. Well, let's not work out who that is. Okay, cringe. Yeah. That comes to the end of our little tester of our podcast. You moved around so much in that, so I don't think the camera was able to focus.
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely fine. It's your first time. We will hopefully be doing new episodes every week, so hit follow and subscribe and all that stuff. And if you've got a question from my dad, send it on Instagram. Right. Do you want to say anything?
No, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
The first little tester.
Yeah.
And as you know, listeners and followers, if you need advice, you know where I am. Just get in contact. Anytime, not a day.
Right.
I'm your man.
That's a very good plug. This is why you can't have an Instagram just yet.